This thing's heavy.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Now in this one we're going to be talking about what I take to pretty much work on a daily basis. Now obviously it's not a camera bag, it is a Pelican case. Obviously, yeah, we've got a lot of gear now, so backpack is too small and it's just a bit more protection for all your camera stuff inside a Pelican case. So let's have a look inside. So first things first, we'll start off with the Pelican case. So this is the 1615 Air. It's supposedly the lightest one that you can take onto a plane check-in size. I haven't brought it on a plane, so I can't really say anything if I've had any issues with it or not. But to start with, it's extremely rugged. It's been absolutely thrashed. It's got full of marks and yeah, it hasn't been treated too nice with C-stands getting thrown on it, tripods. We've even used it as a stand for a couple of times, standing on top of it to film videos. So it's definitely proven that it is quite protective of gear, and it gives you a lot of peace of mind to that your gear is going to be safe inside. So obviously it is waterproof, it is dustproof, it's all like what you could want in a very protective case. And yeah, so this case has the Trek Pack system. So for you that don't know, it is pretty much a divider system that you can take out with these little pins and then cut and choose your shape you want, instead of getting the foam where you have to cut out individually and then that's pretty much it. You can't really customize it. So I've pretty much just tried to organize everything into different categories. So this category here is everything to do with the camera rig. So when I rig up the C70 for shoots, everything's in here. I've got all the gimbal stuff in here. I've managed to squeeze in an RS3 Pro inside here with a bit of GoPro accessories. Got audio spot, where the R6 goes, drone, more accessories, batteries, lenses. So you can fit a lot of stuff into this camera case, which is quite handy. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so first things first, we'll get started with the main video camera, which is the Canon C70, which is fitted very tightly in here. So yeah, this is our main workhorse camera. Obviously we're shooting on the R6 Mark II, which is that camera, and then the R5C, which is a mate of mine's camera. But yeah, so the C70 is our main go-to video camera. Don't really need to explain it. It explains it for itself. Very capable camera. You use it on, well, every day really, pretty much. So that sits nicely in there. If you guys want a review video on the C70, just let me know. Happily do that and put that all together. But yeah, so for the C70, we'll start with all the accessories for it, which is all in this compartment. So we've got a FeelWorld 4K monitor. We've got the top handle, which sits on top of the camera. I'm not going to rig it up because I can't be bothered doing that. Got a nice side handle, small rig side handle that sits on side of the camera, gives you a bit more bass, and then if you want to, just easier to hold, I guess. DC power, so I've got the C70 V-mount batteries. I've got 2 of them. I've just ordered these off Amazon, relatively affordable, and they last 8 hours each. It's incredible how much time we can get out of these, and I've got 2 of them, so I've almost guaranteed to never run out of battery on a shoot. I've got the DC to, well, D-tap cables for the battery. Got HDMI cables for C70 to the screen. Pretty boring. And then got the base plate. So this is what we use to, well, I guess, set up. C70 sits on top, V-mount on the bottom, and then cables just run around, and then you just build the rig from there. Super handy. It does get a little bit heavy now and again, but it's not too bad. Also for the C70, we've got in our battery compartment, we've got 2 BP A30 batteries. Yet again, I think you get about 150 minutes per battery on this. So again, this plus the V-mounts is pretty much infinite battery, which is really good. So I've got 2 of those. One of them's in the camera already, and then yeah, so I've got heaps of battery life. So that's pretty much it for the C70 accessories in the camera. So again, that's our main video camera, and then R6 is our photo body and B cam. Next, I'll go through the gimbal stuff first. So again, we are shooting with the RS3 Pro. Again, phenomenal gimbal. It can hold either the C70 or the R6 Mark II comfortably with a 24-70 lens. Now, for those that don't know, it is quite a heavy setup. The lens itself is, it's quite bulky, it's heavy, but the gimbal holds it very, very easily, which is nice. So a couple accessories for the gimbal. I've got a side handle, which just helps, a bit more stable. And then top plate for the gimbal. So yeah, now I've got a GoPro accessory, which looks a bit weird, but it is quite handy because you can sort of, I use this a lot for behind the scenes stuff. If you follow my Instagram, you can see I use a lot of GoPro stuff because you can sort of just mount it anywhere and you're good to go. Never had any issues with like it slipping off or anything, so it is quite a strong base. Only thing is this gets a little bit saggy. And if you can see, I've had to put a bit of strapping tape on there because it has broken, unfortunately. Last little thing that's in this compartment is a little air blower, just for your lens and your sensor. If you've got a bit of air dust or dust on it, you can blow it away. All right, next we have our audio section. We've got 2 Rode wireless mics. Now I am using one. This is what it sounds like. It is connected to the DJI mics. Obviously, I'm assuming you've all heard of that mic. It is quite a very popular wireless mic, I guess, and even though Rode has just released the new mic, which I probably will get as well just because it looks very impressive. And then yeah, so I've got the charging case, and then I've got a Rode NTG mic, which I use as a shotgun on the go type thing, and then if I'm working with clients, I need any audio, I mic them up, just a bit easier. And the audio does sound really good. Next is just a little knick-knack accessory type thing. I've got some lights. This came with the GoPro Hero 11, just the creator combo, so it's just that light that you see in the advertising. If you need an extra light of something, it is quite handy to have. It just charges on Type-C as well. Next is a SD card holder. It holds probably 60, maybe not that many, maybe 30 SD cards. Extremely handy to have, and it's a relatively protective case as well, so you know your data's not going to get crushed, I guess, by anything you put on top. Next, I've got some strapping tape. Yes, this is just normal physio strapping tape. It's probably best to use gaffer tape or anything, but you never know when you're going to need to fix something, whether on shoot or just at home. It's quite handy. Next, got a GoPro strap. We just use this as a POV type thing if I want some, again, more behind the scenes. If I'm on the go, instead of using the big weird looking thing, I can strap this to my chest, have the GoPro there, and get some cool behind the scenes stuff. That's it for that. Next, in this is again for the C70. It's just a matte box. It does have if I've got like a shoot that it's going to be relatively dusty, I like to use this because I've got a UV filter protector on there, so it just protects the lens from any scratches. I am quite protective of my gear, so I don't like seeing any marks or anything. I do have a scratch from that lens, unfortunately. Don't know how it happened, but as soon as I saw that, I did buy a UV lens and bought the matte box just to help protect it. Next is, well, this is where normally the C70 goes. So I've got the 24-70mm in there, and the R6 Mark II normally stays attached to this and sits quite comfortably in here. Since I do use that combo quite often just for my daily life, if I'm going out taking photos or anything, it's just easy, pick it up, ready to go. I do leave the C70 unrigged in there. I don't really use it unless it's for a client shoot, because yeah, it does take quite a while to set up, so I'm happy just to get to a shoot early, set it up, and then it's good to go. Next, we've got the drone. So in the last video, I did do a review of this, so if you are keen to check that out, I'll put a link in the bio and you can have a watch. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Mavic 3 Pro, nothing bad to say about it. Incredible drone, great footage, looks good. No complaints. Watch a review if you want a bit more of an in-depth review, I guess. So next we've got some batteries. So this is just for the drone again. I've got one spare one. I get about 30 to 40 minutes on the drone, so about an hour and just over an hour of flight time with 2 batteries, which is good. Now I've got 2 NPF batteries. These are for the monitor, which I use on the C70 again. And then I've got 2 Canon LPE6, whatever they're called, batteries for the R6. Now, the R6 does have a very good battery life, so generally not swapping too many times throughout the shoot. That like 3 batteries get me through the day very comfortably if I'm doing continuous recording, which again, most likely not. What else? And now in the last compartment, I've got some, again, a lens and some other knickknacks. So I've got the Pete McKinnon 6-9 stop ND. This is for the R6. If I'm not shooting any video on the C70 for whatever reason, and I'm shooting video on the R6, obviously you need an ND filter because it's too bright if you want to shoot at a low f-stop. Underwater housing for the GoPro. Again, I am using the Hero 11. It is in the office at the moment, so I don't have it here. But yeah, it's just, again, it's more of a protection thing than anything. The GoPro is waterproof, obviously, but salt water and electronics I don't really like to mix together too well. So I just like to use this if I'm going underwater, or if I'm just, like for example, I've shot where I've put the GoPro underneath, like where you chop wood and there's sand dust flying everywhere. I just use this as an extra protection layer so there's no dust or anything that gets where it shouldn't in the camera. Now, I do have 2 extra lenses with me, so I've got 100 to 400. It's like f5.6 to 8 or something, I think it is. And then I've got the 50mm 1.8, which is on the R6 at the moment. Now, yeah, again, incredible lens for, I think I only paid 1,000 Australian dollars for it. So in the world of lenses, very affordable, image looks incredible, and you got a lot of range to get, like, just to reach, I guess. But yeah, so that's pretty much, well, that is everything in the camera bag. Now for editing, I do use a Mac Studio with the M1 Ultra chip. It's the older version, obviously, with the M2 stuff out now. But yeah, so I use that with a studio display in the office, and then have a MacBook Air on the side as well to do more scripting and planning at a coffee shop or anything. I do quite like to go out the house now and again and yeah, just free the mind and get a bit of creativity, bit of flowing. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want any specific reviews on any gear that we've just gone through, just let me know, and enjoy your day.